Hi there, my name is Benito Cao, and I am Associate Professor in Politics and International Relations at the University of Adelaide. In this video, I'm presenting to you the International Relations Program on behalf of the Program Coordinator, my colleague Priya Chacko. She's the best person to contact if you have any questions about the degree. In this presentation, I'm going to give you a brief introduction to international relations, show you what the Bachelor of International Relations looks like, tell you about some of its special features, provide you with information on student support services, and give you some tips on how to make the most of the degree. So what is international relations? Well, in essence, international relations is the study of politics around the world. This includes the study of relations between governments, as well as the study of political, economic, social, cultural, legal, and environmental issues that transcend national borders. Issues such as climate change, migration, and pandemics. It also includes the study of new actors and processes in global politics, such as developments in artificial intelligence and emerging global leaders, such as Greta Thunberg. The aim of international relations is to make sense of the world, of political divisions, economic development, cultural globalization, environmental change, war, and peace, all the big global issues. The issue that is probably in everyone's mind these days, the COVID-19 pandemic, is also one of the issues we explore. In fact, last semester, I taught a course titled The State of the World Post-COVID-19 that explored the impact of the pandemic on major global issues, including food, population, environment, health, education, development, foreign aid, and global trade. The approach we take to the study of international relations is interdisciplinary. And this means that in our teaching and research, we use methods, techniques, and insights from politics, but also from law, history, economics, philosophy, sociology, and human geography. And our objective is to equip you with a broad understanding of the workings of international relations, as well as with transferable skills in researching, analyzing, and explaining complex social phenomena. Essentially, this means asking questions and providing answers that help us make sense of the present, but also the past and potential future trends. Take, for example, one of the most significant global developments in recent decades, and still one of the most important issues today, the rise of China. International relations explores the rise of China through these and many other questions. Is China rising? What does that mean? Does the rise of China matter? And if so, why? What are the implications of the rise of China? How is it taking place? Is it mainly through hard power, soft power, or a combination of both? Who will benefit and who will lose from the rise of China? How will other countries react or are reacting already, such as the US, Japan, India? And indeed, how should Australia conduct its foreign policy regarding China? And of course, this is a very hot topic these days. Now, importantly, we don't provide you with the answer to any of these questions. For one thing, there are no single or simple answers to any of them, but instead we teach you methods, skills, and insights to formulate your own answers, to develop and engage in critical thinking, that is, recognize assumptions, evaluate arguments, and draw your own conclusions. So what does the degree look like? Well, the standard Bachelor of International Relations is a 3-year degree. Half of the degree is dedicated to international relations per se, and this half includes compulsory courses and closed electives, which are electives from a list of politics and international relations courses. The 3rd year includes also a large research project, which can be completed in the form of an internship. More on this later. The other half of the degree is made of a minor and a language. The minor, which is represented here in orange, is a sequence of 6 courses in one of 4 areas that are relevant to students of international relations. And these are history, international development, international business, or geography, environment, and population, which combined form one area. The language component requires that you study at least 3 courses of a language. You can stop at that and complete the rest of that section with open electives, or you can continue the language studies and complete a whole minor on the language of your choice. The languages available are Chinese, Japanese, French, German, and Spanish, as well as Indonesian, Italian, and Modern Greek. These last 3 are offered through Flinders University. And you can have access to the study plans on the university website. You can also consider double degrees. There are double degrees of international relations with arts, with economics, and with media. These are all 4 years. So with 1 more year of study, you end up with 2 degrees. 2 of the 4 years go towards international relations, and the other 2 go towards the other degree. And there's also a double degree with law, which is 5 years. In this case, 2 of the 5 years go towards international relations, and the other 3 go towards the law degree. As part of your international relations degree, you can complete an internship in your final year. This is essentially the equivalent of a 1-day-a-week placement during a whole semester, in which you work within an organization on a project that is useful to them. And this typically entails a research project that leads to the production of a report for that organization. The report is also your main academic assessment. The project is supervised by someone from the organization and by an academic supervisor. And I have supervised several internships over the years, including excellent projects for the Australian Red Cross and the Australian Refugee Association. These were projects that helped these organizations with their advocacy and service delivery, and were very satisfying for the students because they had a direct impact in the community. As part of your international relations degree, you can also be part of our study tours. There have been 5 study tours to Singapore, which I've run, 2 to the UK, both during election times, and 1 to the US during the Democratic primaries in 2020. And some of these students managed to get a selfie with Joe Biden, who of course ended up becoming the US president. The study tours have been paused due to the COVID-19 pandemic, but we hope to run them again in the months and years ahead. Now, the study of international relations, as you can see, takes place in a stimulating intellectual environment that includes internships, study tours, as well as academic mentoring, regular events, and guest lectures by prominent figures, such as, for example, former Australian Prime Minister Julia Gillard. But it also includes the Student-Run Politics and International Relations Association, PIRA. PIRA organizes lots of events, and these events are a great way to build personal and professional networks. And you can access their website through the university website, but also through Facebook. Now, before I give you some important tips on how to make the most of the degree, let me give you or remind you of some important general information, starting with some critical dates. Now, there are some important university dates that you must be very aware of. Formal teaching commences on the 28th of February. That's obviously an important date. The due date for the payment of fees is Thursday, the 10th of March. Arguably, the most important day, I would say, is census date. This is Tuesday, the 24th of March. This is a really critical date to keep in mind because this is the last date to withdraw without incurring fees. So if you decide for whatever reason that you want to drop a course because maybe you enrolled in too many courses, you cannot handle family commitments, work commitments, and your studies, and you think that it might be better to drop one course for this particular semester, or you're having doubts on whether you will be able to complete that course properly, and you want to withdraw, the best way to do that is to do it before census date, because that means you will not fail the course, but also you will not end up paying fees for the course. If you stay enrolled in a course past census date, no matter what happens after that, you will have to pay for that course. Another important day is the last day to withdraw without fail, which is the 6th of May. This is a case when you withdraw from the course, so you without failing the course, but because you're withdrawing after census date, you still have to pay for the course. So as I said, keep in mind, in particularly the 24th of March census date as a very important critical date. There are also important dates about examinations between the 18th of June and 2nd of July, and for replacement and additional assessments between the 18th and the 23rd of July. And all of these critical dates and the academic year dates are available in the university website. So what's next? Well, make sure you are happy with your enrollment. And if that's not the case, please contact us, Adelaide Arts. Make sure that you activate your MyUni accounts. Confirm that you have access to all courses you are enrolled in. Organize your student ID card and check your student email account. Update your contact details in My Adelaide, and make sure that you check out the arts orientation course on MyUni. MyUni is really important, so make sure you can access each of your courses in MyUni. You should have a dashboard where all the courses are visible and available to you. This is where course coordinators communicate key communications, key messages with the students in their courses. So keep a close eye on My Uni, watch for notifications, read all announcements carefully, and keep in mind that academic staff do not provide assistance with My Uni issues, because mainly these tend to be technical issues. If you require assistance with My Uni, then take notice of the My Uni support systems available, both over the phone, via email, and also in person at Ask Adelaide in Hub Central. Ask Adelaide Arts is a really fantastic source of student support. They can help you with enrollment, study plans, or general questions about your degree. If you have any issues in relation to any of your aspects of your studies, just contact our friendly faculty student advisors. Again, you can contact them via email, phone, or you can visit them at the Faculty of Arts office, which is based or located on the ground floor of the Napier building. And you have there their opening hours between 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. most days, except for Tuesdays when they're available between 11 a.m. and 4 p.m. And of course, this is Adelaide time and excludes, of course, public holidays and weekends. There's plenty of additional study support available free. There's SPAS, which is the peer-assisted study support, SAMS, the student support academic mentors, the Writing Center, which provides support to all students throughout any and all stages of the writing process, from an initial idea to a final revision. There's also the Maths Learning Center, if you need assistance with mathematical skills. Studiosity, which is an after-hours online study help tool available through My Uni, and Counseling Support, which provides confidential support to address any issues that you may have or that may be affecting your study and life throughout your degree. Stay connected. There are several Facebook pages available. Faculty of Arts has one, Faculty of Arts students have another one, and there's also one with things to do at Adelaide Uni. Important things to consider in a general sense. University is an adult learning environment, which means you are responsible for your learning. In particular, in this context, time management can be quite challenging, especially if you're combining study with work commitments and family responsibilities. If this is the case, be realistic about how much time and effort you will be able to dedicate to your studies and plan your studies and your degree accordingly. And of course, in this kind of COVID-19 era, there can always be contingencies that might come up related to the pandemic. So all of us, yourselves and ourselves, need to be flexible in this particular context. And finally, let me finish with some tips to make the most of the Bachelor of International Relations. As I mentioned earlier, expect a challenging learning environment. You need to become self-driven and resilient. Good news, of course, is that you have plenty of support services. So familiarize yourself with the support services so that you can use them if and when you need them. In terms of the courses, attend lectures and participate in tutorials and seminars. Participation is central to the learning process. At least do the weekly readings and ideally try to read widely. Always respect different perspectives and different opinions. This also contributes to the learning process. Participate also in extracurricular activities. In our case, I very much recommend that you join the Politics and International Relations Association. And finally, keep abreast of international issues and news, which I think is a must for students of our degree. Indeed, the best way to learn about international relations is to stay on top of what is happening around the world so that you can see the relevance of what you're studying during your degree. That's it from me. Thank you for your attention and all the best with your studies.